Hi everyone, welcome to my today's video. Today we are going to get an understanding about what is this trial balance and why we need this trial balance, and we are going to do a small calculation on the trial balance. So what is this trial balance? Very simple. Trial balance is a report that you are preparing for a certain date. In that report, you will have the balances of your all the ledger accounts. When you are taking the balances, normally you will not take the balances of zero accounts. So in the trial balance, you will have the balances of your all the ledger accounts. So I have given you a format of a trial balance. You can see here, this trial balance is X Limited's trial balance. If not, we will call it as TB, as at a particular day. So as I said, your trial balance is a report that you are preparing for a certain date. So as an example, I am telling, okay, this X Limited's trial balance as at maybe 31st December 2019. So as at 31st December 2019, what are the ledger accounts this X Limited has, and what are the balances of the ledger accounts? So when it's come to the ledger accounts, what are the types of ledger accounts that normally you will have? You will have asset accounts, you will have equity accounts, you will have liability accounts, as well as you will have income accounts, and you will have expense accounts. And with that, sometimes you might have the dividends and you will have your drawings as well. So what you have to understand, in trial balance, you will have one side for debit and another side for credit. Whatever the asset balances and whatever the expense balances will be recorded in the debit side. This is like your double entry. Can you all remember, in double entry, whatever the asset increases and whatever the expenses increases, we recorded it in the debit side, no? So whatever the assets and expenses will be recorded in the debit side. So in this particular example, the building is an asset, the cash is an asset, as well as expense is expenses. And in your credit side, what are the types of ledgers that you are recording? Normally your income, your liabilities, and your equity. In double entries also we learn, if your income increases, liability increases, equity increases, we will record those things in the credit side. Likewise, in the trial balance, whatever the liability accounts, income accounts, and your equity accounts will be recorded in the credit side. So here in this example, you have the capital, bank loan, and the payables. These are the certain examples that I have given to you. So as I said, you for a certain day, you will take the balances of your all the ledger accounts. So those balances will be recorded in the trial balance. So it is a report which will have the balances of your all the accounts except for the zero balances, because trial balance should be a nice one. There can't be lots of zero balances. Then what you have to understand, always in your trial balance, your debit side should be equal to the credit side. If you do your transactions properly, if you do your debit records, credit records properly, always your debit side should be equal to the credit side. If it is not equal, from that what you have to understand, there are certain mistakes in the accounts. So just because your trial balance is getting balanced, we can't say there are no errors in your accounts. There are certain situations where even though your trial balance balances, there will be certain errors in your accounts. So accounting errors we will learn using a different video. So in this video we are going to look at the trial balance. So now let's get an understanding of the trial balance using an example. So in this example, I have given you certain transactions. Let's assume this is X Limited's transactions, okay, for the year 2020. So I am asking you to prepare the trial balance as at 31st December 2020. So what you have to do, you have to take the balances of your all the ledger accounts as at 31st December 2020. Then you have to prepare your trial balance. So let's go through each and every transaction. They started the business with $100,000 cash and $500,000 worth building. So the investor or the owner, he is investing how much? He is investing 100,000 cash. So I will open up a ledger account for the cash, as well as I will open up a ledger account for the building and another one for the capital. So how much is the cash that he is investing? 100,000 US dollars. Cash is an asset. Asset increases. It should be a debit record. That's why I recorded it in the debit side. So the person who is bringing in, he is the owner. Owner's transactions will be there in the capital account. Owner, it is equity portion. Capital is equity portion. So your equity increases. It is a credit record. And he bought a building also for the business. He brought a building, 500,000 US dollars building. So business is getting that asset. So that asset is increasing. Asset increases. It is a debit record. And who is bringing in this building? Owner is bringing. So here it is 500,000 credit. So I can switch the names. Here I will write the capital. And here also I will write the capital. And here I can write the cash. And here I can write the building. So that transaction is done. And business purchase inventory for 50,000 US dollars. So if business purchase inventory, if they are not telling it is on credit, you can make an assumption, okay, this purchase is a cash purchase. So business is purchasing inventory for 50,000. Then I'll open up another account for purchases. So the amount that you are spending is 50,000. So your cash will get decreased, your asset decreases, it is a credit record, and purchases is an expense. Expense increases. What is that? It should be a debit record. So I will switch the names. Here I will write the purchase. Here I will write the purchase, and here I will write the cash. Next transaction. Purchase inventory for 20,000 US dollars on credit. Now you are purchasing inventory on credit. So it is a credit purchase. So it will lead to a trade payable. Trade payable. So trade payable, you will have to settle that 20,000 in the future. So it is a liability. Liability increases. It is a credit record. So here it is 20,000. You are purchasing inventory. Purchases are expenses, so that is there in the debit side, 20,000. So here I will write as trade payable, and here I will write it as the purchases. Next one. Business took a bank loan of 10,000 US dollars. So if business takes a bank loan, what will happen? The business will get cash. That means business is getting some asset. Asset increases. Cash asset increases by how much? 10,000 US dollars. Cash asset increases. It's a debit record. So I'll open up another account for the bank loan. Bank loan. Bank loan is a liability that we will have to settle in the future. So liability increases. It should be a credit record, 10,000. Then I will switch the names. Here I will write cash. Here I will write the bank loan. Next one. Cash sales are how much? 150,000. You are doing some sales for cash. How much is that? 150,000. So if you do some sales on cash, you will get cash. Cash is an asset. Asset increases. It's a debit record. And it is a sale. Sale is an what? It is an income. Sales is an income. So income increases. It should be what? It should be a credit record. 150,000. Then here I will write cash, and here I will write sales. Next one. Admin expenses for the period, it is 50,000 US dollars. So we'll assume this entire 50,000 US dollars is paid by cash. Paid by cash. So admin expense is 50,000 US dollars. I'll open up another account for the admin expense. Admin expense. So it is an expense. How much is that? 50,000 US dollars. And you have made this payment by cash. So cash is getting decreased, asset is decreasing, asset decreases. It should be a credit record. So here I will write admin expense, and here I will write cash. So I am done with all the transactions. All 6 transactions are done, and I have given you some additional notes. No depreciation. Yes, there is a building, but I have given no depreciation, and there is no closing inventory also. Now what we will have to do, we will have to prepare the trial balance. I said you trial balance is a report where you will have the balances of your all the ledger accounts. So let's take the balances of your all the ledger accounts. Then let's take the cash balance first. Cash balance. Here I am getting a value of how much 260,000 is there in the debit side. Then we'll balance it for 260,000. Then it will get balanced for how much? 160,000. So cash is an asset. Asset balances should be there in the debit side. So here 160,000, I will write it in my trial balance. Cash, how much is that? 160,000. So this is X Limited's trial balance as at 31st December 2020. So that is done. My cash account is done. Next one is my built-in account. So built-in is an asset. Asset balances should be there in your debit side. So let's balance the account 500,000. So this 500,000 will be there in which side? It is there in the debit side. So let's record that one also in our trial balance. Built-in, how much is that? 500,000 US dollars. And next one, my capital account is there. Capital is how much? 600,000 US dollars is the amount it is getting balanced for. 600,000. Capital is equity. So equity balances should be there in which side? It should be there in the credit side. So here it is 600,000. 600,000. Capital, it is there in the credit side. 600,000. Finish. Next one. Purchases are how much? 70,000 US dollars. 70,000 US dollars. So purchases is an expense. Expenses should be there in which side? It should be there in the debit side. So it is 70,000. I'll write it here. Purchases 70,000 US dollars. That one also done. And next one, I have the trade payables. Trade payable is a liability account. So liability balances should be there in the which side? It should be there in the credit side. So 20,000 it is getting balanced for. So here it should be 20,000 and your opening will be 20,000. It is there in the credit side. And here your trade payable, how much is that? It is there in the credit side. 20,000 US dollars. And next one, my bank loan is how much? 10,000 US dollars. So again bank loan is a liability account. Liability balances should be there in the credit side. So it is getting balance for 10,000 here and 10,000 opening balance for the credit side. Bank loan, how much is that? 10,000 US dollars. It is there in the credit side. And next one, sales 150,000. So sales is an income account. Income balances should be there in which side? It should be there in the credit side. Income, liability, equity should be there in the credit side. So here income, sales income, how much is the value? 150,000. 150,000. That one also done. Next one, final one, we have admin expenses. So admin expenses, how much is that? 50,000 US dollars. Expense balances should be there in your debit side. So here 50,000, it is there in the debit side of your account. So admin expense 50,000 US dollars, it's there in the debit side. Now let's balance our trial balance. Let's see what's the total that we are getting over here. The debit side balance is how much? 660,000 plus 70,000, 730,000, 730,000 plus 50,000, 780,000 US dollars. If I do my calculation without any mistakes, my debit side must be equal to the credit side. Let's see whether it is equal or not. Credit side 600,000 plus 20, 620, 620 plus 10, 630, 630 plus 150, it is 780,000. So my debit side is getting balanced for my credit side. So this is what trial balance is. Trial balance is a report that you are preparing for a certain date. In that report, you will have the balances of your all the ledger accounts except for zero balances. So why are we preparing this trial balance normally? To prepare our financial statements, and we are preparing the trial balance for us to get an understanding whether there are any errors in our accounts. So these are the certain reasons that we are preparing the trial balance. So I hope you got a very good understanding about the trial balance and how to prepare trial balance. I explained it to you using a simple example. Like this, I have done lots of accounting courses. So whatever the courses that I have done, you can check those things in the description. I have included everything. I have done these courses for very reasonable prices. So if you want, you can purchase those courses. So that's it for the day. Then we'll meet again with our next video. So please make sure to subscribe my channel to watch more videos.